Hello all, Tiffany Delite here in my bathrobe in my new studio under the stairs. And I'm actually not going to number this video because I'm making it in response to a set of videos on YouTube regarding Faith Tabernacle in Junction City and that situation and how I relate to that. I want to begin first of all by speaking to the lady in the videos. Ma'am, I have no idea who you are. I have not been around Pentecost for over 20 years until recently, and even at that I'm not deeply submerged into it. But I know that even though you show the videos with your face covered up, I know that it still had to have taken a tremendous amount of courage to do this little series of videos. And I know that a lot of people will probably disagree with me, but I think that it is a good idea what you're doing, and I'm thankful and glad that you're doing it. I don't have my face covered up because the way that I relate to the story is basically old news. You may or may not know me, but I am a preacher's daughter, and we moved to Liberal, Kansas years ago in 1987, I believe, from California. And I actually knew the Youngs. We moved here when Brother Westberg was still the pastor of Faith Tabernacle, and what's going on in Faith Tabernacle right now, I can relate to that because when I was a teenager, I had an inappropriate relationship with an older gentleman in the church, and it went on for years before it was uncovered. And when it was finally uncovered, of course, neither one were completely truthful about the situation, but things escalated to a point that eventually led to me being in the custody of the Social and Rehabilitative Services of the state of Kansas in foster care. And yeah, my story has been pretty up and down since then, for the past over 20 years. And I'm not going to go into all of that in this particular video, but recently, in the way I discovered your videos, is that I started recording videos in my garage, in my bathrobe. I hope you'll check those out on my channel, Tiffany Delite. I mentioned that I knew your pastor. You know, he and his wife, or should I say your ex-pastor, he and his wife and Jordan were in our home when Jordan was just a small boy, you know, before anybody would have ever thought that this is what his future held for him. And he was such a sweet young man. And you know, it was at that time in my life when I had this inappropriate relationship going on. I was a teenager, 13, 14, 15 years old, and had this inappropriate relationship going on. And because I left home and left the church and went off the deep end, basically, you know, I didn't really keep up with all the stuff that was going on in the UPC. But when I kind of came back around to it, several years later, I realized, not too many years ago, actually, I realized that there's been a lot of changes happen, a lot of splits, a lot of the things that, you're talking about where, one churches won't talk to the other churches, and it really kind of makes me sad because, I have a lot of these people from all these different various churches, and maybe I won't after they see this video, but I have all these different people from these various churches, on my Facebook, and they can't get along with each other, but they seem to, maybe get along with me okay. No, it's just Facebook, we're not fellowshipping and stuff like that, but oddly enough, really, I'm the type of people that they should probably be trying harder to reach, and maybe nobody should be trying to reach me. Maybe I'm the one that should be reaching out. I don't know. In a way, that's really kind of what I'm doing here is the point of these videos. But I probably should have wrote notes, and I'm probably rambling, but, just thank you for doing them, and don't stop. People are listening, and people need to hear this. People need to hear the stuff that you were saying. I guess I would just say, just pray and seek God. That's what I'm doing too. And just do that. And find a church. It doesn't have to be UPC. Just for now, just find a church to go. Find some professional help. I'm speaking from experience. And, in all of it, just pray and pray and pray. I think there was probably more I was going to say, but drawing a blank. So, on all my other videos, I talk a lot and then end with song. And this has been one I've been wanting to sing. So, I think it fits right here. It's one that gives me hope sometimes and peace. And, maybe it will for you too. When I'm low in spirit, I cry, Lord, lift me up. I want to go higher with thee. I'm too high. Excuse me. When I'm low in spirit, I cry, Lord, lift me up. I want to go higher with thee. I think I'm in the same key. Oh well, we'll go with it. But he knows nothing grows high on a mountain. Oh, so he picked out a valley for me. Oh, and he leads me beside the still water. Somewhere in the valley below, he draws me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley he restoreth my soul. Well, it's dark as a dungeon, and the sun seldom shines, and I question, Lord, why must this be? tells me there's strength in my sorrows. Yes, and there's victory in trials for me. Oh, and He leads me beside the still water. Somewhere in the valley below, He draws me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley He restoreth my soul. Oh, He draws me aside to be tested and tried. In the valley He restoreth my soul. Ma'am, thank you again. Don't lose your faith in God. I remembered one thing I wanted to say while I was singing. I watched a video of Dr. David Bernard, I believe it is, Brother Bernard. I believe he's the General Superintendent of the UPCI. And I believe this was at the Because of the Times conference last year in Alexandria, I believe. He talked about Martin Luther King, and he talked about, you know, where is your brother? And I kind of just want to say, you know, to Brother Bernard too, I think I'm going to post this as a reply to that video, you know, here we are, me, right here, telling my story. This lady in the video with her face whited out. There's another lady I have on my playlist, Stephanie, I don't know where she's from. Similar story. And here we are. Here we are. I'm just saying. May the blessings of the Lord be upon your life. Mwah.